we want to talk about something really important this morning, body image issues. They are unfortunately nothing new, but they are pervasive. So many people are affected by them, from men to women, teens, even young kids. Luckily, there is a book helping people navigate these insecurities and love the skin they're in. It's called Adultish, the body image book for life. And joining me now is the author, Dr. Charlotte Markey, professor of psychology and chair of the health sciences department at Rutgers University. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
This is such a hugely important topic and one that I'm really passionate about, so it's wonderful to have you on. We use the term body image all the time. What does it mean?
Body image is not just how we think and feel about our bodies and appearance. It's really a central facet of our mental health in general. It affects almost everything in our lives.
What have we previously gotten wrong about how we address our body image issues? And how does this book try to change that?
Well, there's a lot of cultural messaging to suggest that we should fix our body image issues by trying to somehow fix our bodies or our appearance, right? And it turns out that those are usually just really short-lived approaches to trying to feel better, because what we really need to be doing is working much more on our mental health in general and feeling sort of confident from the inside out.
It is so interesting that we talk about body image so much in the physical sense when really it's more of a mental game. This is an issue that needs to be solved in your head. So in your book, there are stories from young people regarding their body image journeys. How important was it for you to have those voices represented when you wrote this?
I love talking to people about body image. Everyone has a body image story. And I think there's so much shame and insecurity about these issues that most people just don't realize. Everyone has a struggle. Everyone has a journey. Everyone has a story. And I think the stories are so important, not just because they help me as the author make sure I'm hitting on all the relevant topics, but then readers can look and see, okay, I'm not alone with these issues. There's hope for me. There's things I can do. This person, adopted a particular strategy and that was helpful. And maybe I can do that also.
Doc, we hear a lot the term body positivity, right? But you introduce another term in your book called body neutrality. How is that different and why is it important?
So body neutrality in some ways does overlap with body positivity. These are not entirely different things. But if someone wants to focus more on body neutrality, their objective would be to really focus on being self-accepting, self-compassionate, to think about their appearance less, to think more about body functionality. In other words, what your body does for you. Right? So positivity should include all of that, but then also we hope for some joy and positive experiences surrounding the body. Sometimes people say that's hard. So focus on maybe not feeling negative as a starting point.
Yeah, it sounds so simple, but it's so hard to do. In the interest of full disclosure and not being ashamed here, I've struggled with body image issues my whole life, which leads me to my next question, because I am grateful I did not grow up in the age of social media. I look at social media, though, now, and it terrifies me for what it means for my son and my daughter growing up. What role does social media have when it comes to kids' body image?
I mean, I think at this point we have enough data that we know social media presents a risk for kids' body image and their mental health in general. But it's a risk, and there's also positives associated with social media use. And it's terrifying to us adults because it's really foreign to grow up in this landscape, but our kids are going to have a different experience of it. And the greatest hope is that we can make media literacy an important priority in public health education, and hope that then makes kids more able to cope with some of the challenges social media presents.
So in that vein, then, how can we as parents and adults in general set a good example for our kids when it comes to body image and overall health? What are some tangible things we can do?
Yeah, I think it's hard because a lot of us parents have struggled with our own body images. And so then how do we be good role models when these are things that we've had to really struggle with? But when we get our own body image sort of in better order, it will help our kids and it will help us. And so one of the first things I always tell people is just don't disparage your own or other people's bodies in front of your kids. And when you do that, right, you keep it positive, then you actually allow yourself to think fewer negative things about your own body and appearance. And that actually can really help your own body image. And it also keeps you from teaching your kids that it's normal to dislike your body. It's normal to pick on yourself, essentially.
Right, just to treat yourself with love and kindness and grace like you would treat anyone else. Doctor, I know we're running out of time, so very quickly before I let you go, how important is the language we use around our kids when it comes to body image or food or ourselves? How important are the words we choose?
It's super important. And for a lot of us adults, that means we need to learn a new language.
Yeah.
Because we were not brought up to be gentle and kind to ourselves. So we were brought up in a different era of disparaging ourselves and always trying to fix ourselves. But instead, it goes a long way to say things to our kids like, look at that amazing thing you just did. Wow, your body allowed you to do that.
I love this conversation is so fascinating to me. I wish we could sit here for hours and talk. The book, I want to pull it up on the screen again for our viewers. The book is called Adultish, The Body Image Book for Life by Dr. Charlotte Markey. Doctor, congratulations on the book. Thank you for joining us and the work that you're doing. It's hugely important.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right, take care.